I'm very excited.
I'm also very, very excited. It's anyone's match. Anything can go wrong, anything can go right. Oh, we're off with the races.
Oh yes, we are certainly off to the races here as Outrag setting up to go up here to skip a cell cutscene. See if it pays off. Indeed gonna do that. You can see that slight lead just right off the bat. A little bit more difficult movement, but I think Josh was one of the first people to start adding that into runs, so not too surprising to see that here.
Still got the moves, it seems. Both runners are pretty close still. That cell cutscene definitely put Josh a little further ahead, but you know.
The chat room begging for the addiction to gambling to be satisfied here. I don't know. Should we let the chat gamble? Is that like allowed?
I don't know.
I know in my region I'm not allowed to gamble, so I feel like everybody should just be brought down to my level. Nobody's allowed to gamble.
I mean, if you would like to gamble, chat, it's gamble responsibly, I suppose.
Mods for to close out the prediction last time. If you weren't here for it, Chino going 3-0 in the group stage of the SMO tournament. Very poggers, very epic.
Very nice.
Got a lot more SMO on the horizon, but right now it's Jak and Daxter time. I'm thinking that this one's going to be a close one. Mike heading into the portal here back to the village a little bit slower, but pretty much just that cell cutscene skip behind.
It's not terrible. It's
No,
still very
you
like.
got a 5301, Josh. Come on. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're the world record holder, right? XD. Oh,
Obviously.
that's 283.01, dude. That's an impressive time.
I love that PB, Josh.
Professional stream. We're only the highest quality content here on GSA. We got a whole army of workers behind the scenes making sure all the things work properly.
Indeed. Josh with the 200-minute PB. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm just predicting that Mr. Outrag ties the world record here.
It's possible. He's definitely got the skills to do it.
Yeah, I must remind everybody here as we roll on through Sandover, or to Sandover, excuse me. It's an interesting route here from Mikell. I'm very surprised. I think we saw this previously?
Let's have a look. I think so. No, I think it's early Sentinel route. I think one or two runners have done this in the past, but I could be wrong. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, but I'm confused.
I feel like Mike's always done that, but no, come on, guys, give me a break. You guys are picking over spaces now. Come on. Chat doesn't want to talk about the Sentinel Beach route. Chat just wants to talk about my mistakes. I get it.
Yes, I see. I guess he's just doing a Sentinel. He's doing a Sentinel to get it out of the way. Saren, you're doing amazing, says Josh. I agree.
I like the fact that Josh is watching the restream. I don't know if Mike is, but much respect. I always try to watch restreams during my races. I know it probably hurts you in the race, but I mean, come on. You gotta enjoy the content while it's live, right?
Yeah. I think honestly they'll be finished at the same time. I think. Or like very similar. They get to similar points. I mean, like, you know, because Josh still has the entirety of Misty Island. Mike still has the entirety of Forbidden Jungle, as well. So,
you know what's
depending on
interesting?
how they go.
You know what's interesting is that I vaguely remember like Mike doing. I think Mike did something similar to this. I don't know. I think Mike did some weird routing stuff when I literally like started a race and then went and took a shower one day because I like, literally just like woke up and started the restream. Thankfully some kind souls were on commentary so I could go start my day, but I can't tell if the chat is ever trolling or being serious when it's a Jak chat. So Flu, I don't know if you're being serious or not, but I think we've seen this before out of Mike.
I feel I vaguely remember seeing it before. I can't think where though. My memory is that of a goldfish, apparently. So,
Yeah.
well, who knows? Goldfish might be really smart.
Yeah, Josh here going for the fish. This Mike gonna be slapping some rocks here on Sentinel Beach. I think it's very interesting to see different routing here. Obviously, gonna be hard to tell who's ahead for a while, but you know, just comparing some different routing, seeing how things should be done differently, and at the end of the day, I can't imagine there's too big of a difference from going to Sentinel Beach first.
Still have the rest of the hub areas to go to as well. With that one, still have the other 2 levels. So I think it's still like roughly even. I think it will be very difficult to see who's going to be ahead because they're not in the same area.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is very, very interesting strat.
Oh my! I hope the poor dear's okay.
Yeah, worth mentioning here as we're just getting started that today's festivities are promoting the Urban Arts Partnership, so they are putting up the prize pool for this event, sending a lot of kids who need it to college, kids in underprivileged areas from families that can't necessarily afford to send their kids to school, and they focus primarily on the arts and game design. So if you are interested in supporting that, please do check out UAP, UAP, donate in chat will give you all the information you need to help out their cause. Currently, we got a top donator. It says Troy of Athens on there, where we got 2 donations coming in from Andy Gavin, #1 donator to the tournament so far. Pretty poggers.
Very nice indeed. Andy Gavin himself donated to support the cause.
Yeah, I can only imagine it's a legitimate donation. I mean, nobody would donate in and say they're a member of the team that made the game. I don't think that makes any sense.
I do believe they still love Jak. They just neglect it on newer consoles, but you know.
Oh come on, we got the remastered Jacks coming out. I mean, that's something, right? Quote unquote remastered poggers. At least it's not like the San Andreas remake, where you like fly through the air if you enter a car.
Jesus. Yeah, they're gonna remaster Jak. Completely remove every PS2 Jak game off. Remove them all from the digital marketplaces as well, like Rockstar did.
No, it's gonna be straight up like Nintendo did, and just on March 30th or whatever they did. Remember when they sent SWAT teams to everybody's house to collect all copies of 3D All Stars? I'm pretty sure that happened. Interesting business practice, but
I was unaware of that. If that is true, that is very interesting business. But you know. Yeah, imagine Andy Gavin knocking at your door. Can I borrow your Jak 2 copy, please? You have to buy the new one. You're not allowed to play the old one anymore.
Tragic. See here, Josh heading through the Forbidden Jungle Temple here. Gonna be meeting up with Captain Jack Sparrow, trying to take his life. He just wants to take over the temple, just wants to grow out of control and, you know, be a little angry, chompy monster, but Josh not gonna have any of it.
Clan boss always scared me as a kid. So terrifying. Still very. Mike's route is really interesting, honestly.
What are you interested in the most about this route? I mean, besides the fact that we went to Sentinel Beach first, like.
I don't know. Like, could he theoretically be done with Misty by the time Josh has got the Sentinel? That's my theory. Because he's not that far behind where Josh is now at the moment. He's just entering the temple. He just has a boss to fight, and then him and Josh are pretty much the same place. But as we say, Mike already did Sentinel Beach, so
yeah. And Mike also didn't do Fish, which is something the chat is pointing out, which. Perhaps, I mean, I've heard that, you know, Hundo runners go for that fish after, well, I guess that's, does it have something to do with the light pole things? I'm not really sure why Hundo runners do it last, which is kind of cringe because that's literally the only category I've ever ran in this game, but we'll just ignore that fact because I'm on comms for a reason, okay? It's not because I'm in charge of running the tournament, it's definitely because I know the most about Jak. 100%.
Oh, whoa, okay. That is a big donation.
Oh my goodness.
May with the 190 donation.
That is absolutely insane. May bringing us all the way to our donation goal of $250 right off the bat here. That's actually insane. May, I really appreciate that. I'm sure that the folks over at UAP are going to appreciate it too. That is crazy. Wow.
I saw that go up as well. Wow, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed it, honestly. That's funny. We were talking before the race. I was like, don't worry about it. Like, don't keep an eye on donations. Like, I'll be watching the donations. And then I totally didn't even notice. But regardless, huge shout outs for that one. That's very big. As we see Outrag here tackling Misty Island. The one place that Sam has told him not to go. I don't know why Josh is even here. It's kind of weird.
Disobeying the sage. The wisest man in all the lands.
Yeah, I mean, we don't watch the intro in Jak speedruns because, come on, it's way too long. I'm probably the only person on the planet that wishes that we did, but if you watch the intro of this game, you will learn how the things have happened, how things transpired. Daxter, of course, obviously starts the game as a human, falls in some dark eco and turns into an Otzel, I believe is the pronunciation of that animal.
Yes.
But, yeah, I don't know why we're back here. I guess we just really want some power cells.
No, fast power cells, you know? There's no LTS category. Collect 72 power cells as fast as possible.
Fishies and 5-pound fishies.
Hey.
Miss 20 pounds of good fish.
So Mike's on the fish game at the moment.
There are poisonous
Let's hope we can get good
eels
fish.
in this river. Catch even one of them boogers, and you'll poison the whole darn catch.
I'm very interested to see just where they will end up. Because I think honestly they're neck and neck. Around neck and neck. Obviously they're in completely different areas. But I think they are still kinda close by, pardon me, sorry. The only reason I think that is because Josh is obviously he's very good at the game. They are both very good at the game. But they both each have a level left to go, because this is the end of Forbidden Jungle for... This is the end of Forbidden Jungle for Mike, I believe. Josh misses the power cell. You were saying, no me. Josh doesn't look rusty, he misses the power cell. That's unfortunate. They are very top tier runners, but yes, I think they both still have a level to go. Josh is coming to the end of Misty Island, and Mike is coming to the end of... Forbidden Jungle. I'm confusing my words right now.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, at least we're attempting to use the full words. You know, we're not going full speedrunner and only saying abbreviations. So everybody in the chat that has never watched or enjoyed the game before would definitely not understand.
FJ.
Yeah, for some reason, speedrunners really like 2 or 3 letter acronyms. We just can't get away from them.
Yeah. Words are hard, don't worry about it. I appreciate that. I swear English is my first language.
Yeah, that's always the most embarrassing thing when you're on commentary with someone who doesn't speak English as their first language. Like, I've literally been in conversations with people with like accents so thick that they like are like nervous to do commentary, and they're like sounding way more coherent than me, and I'm just like, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like I do this all the time. Why am I unable to speak?
Yeah, commentating is very nerve-wracking. You know, well, for me it is anyway.
Yeah, you definitely get used to the it definitely isn't like nerve-wracking for me. It's just like remembering how to speak complete sentences is just a challenge. I mean,
remember how to talk.
Humans just aren't very good at humaning generally.
It's very strange, but yeah. I agree with that. Mike on his way to Misty Island, just passing Josh right there. Just imagine, see Josh's boat go back on there, Mike's screen. We just pass each other, IRL. Anyway.
Yeah, that is always an interesting thing to see. Usually in this tournament, when we've seen that happening, it means one player is significantly behind. But here, of course, we saw Mike going for the beach first Outrag now just pulling up. So we'll see what happens here. Misty Island versus Sentinel Beach. Does anybody can someone fill me in the chat which has a faster IL time? That would be interesting to know.
Well, I can tell you my personal times. They're not great.
That's impressive in its own right. I don't know my own times for any game. I know my full length RTA splits, but as far as like individual segments go, I'm completely oblivious.
Well, I'm obviously not as good of a runner as Josh or Mike is, but my Misty Island was 5 minutes and 39 seconds, and my Sentinel Beach was 6 minutes and 3 seconds. So, I don't know, use that as a...
Yeah, it looks like Misty is generally faster by about 40 seconds, so... Very interesting
Mike
stuff
single-handedly, yeah, Mike single-handedly changing the route. No LTS right here.
That's never happened before, right? We've never seen Mike prove routing before.
I wouldn't know. I've not been in the community that long, to be honest.
Oh, okay. That was rhetorical. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure Mike is widely known for updating and changing routes as things go on. So I would not be super surprised if this was something that more runners started to pick up over time. But we'll have to talk to Mike after the match and see if maybe there's some sort of secrets coming out. I know that I've heard before just like absolute fear-mongering about strat hoarding in tournaments, and are we seeing it here today? Is Mike just pulling out a completely unfair Kappa advantage? Personally, I don't feel like it's an unfair advantage. The only time I would ever like consider it to be potentially an unfair advantage is if like someone has like a game-breaking like clip that just skips half the game and they just like hide it until a tournament race. Then I could see it, but as far as like route changes, if anybody's gonna get upset over that, I don't know. Kind of weird, champ.
To be fair, he's still playing the game, just not in the order everyone else is playing the game, you know? Like he's, they're all doing the same levels, just not like in the same order, you know? Josh is doing the level that Mike did 20 minutes ago, so...
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it is super secret fast. I still think they're very neck and neck. Like Mike is coming to the very end of Sentinel. Josh still has a cutscene to watch and two or three cells to grab. So I think Mike will just pull ahead for the time being with this route. But as we say, anything can happen. There's still a lot of Jak to play.
Yeah, definitely. Did Josh take a slip and fall here? That's very unfortunate. Doing a little bit of first person there. I always want to call it C up, but then I just give away my bias towards the N64 console, kind of cursed.
I was gonna say some Mario 64 right there.
Yeah, there's other games that use it as well. It's kind of interesting how the N64 community will call it C up. You'll never hear anybody in Jak and Daxter call it triangle camera. That would be a bit strange, I feel like.
Triangle camera. Yo, can we rename the first person to Triangle Camera, Jak community?
I mean, I'm down for it.
How do you zoom walk? Oh, you triangle camera a few times.
Okay. I'm sorry. Apparently, I'm internet bullying some chatters, or I'm just getting trolled. I can never tell. I'm honest. Like, the Jak community is probably one of the most impossible to read communities via chat room.
We love you all, really.
Like, there could be like complete, just like utter like toxic chat coming out, and I'd be like, "Are they serious? Is this real?"
Here, take this power cell. I won't need it now that I have my inspiration back.
Hey, now they are pretty neck and neck. Josh is gonna do a save load. Not even a save, he's just gonna load. He's gonna save load. No, he's gonna load. English. He's gonna basically at the same point. He's gonna watch the cutscene that Mike has just watched.
Yeah, and Mike here, I mean, this is where we see the gamer time coming through, as Mike's going up an interesting pathway here.
Yeah, he missed. I think he missed a few orbs and didn't have enough for the Oracle. So is he being by 1? Or did he pick up another one? I could be wrong. Maybe it's super secret strats, I don't know.
Don't know.
He's down by 1.
Oh.
That's so unfortunate. Now Josh has caught up because Mike's gonna have to go back.
No.
Mike's gonna have to go back for that 1. For that one power cell. Not even power cell, the 1 orb.
I mean, maybe it'll be like tied up. This cutscene's really long, so it shouldn't be too bad for Mike, but yeah, obviously not ideal. Definitely gonna still have a small lead here.
Nice. Mike, the 1 orb.
Oh, that's heart crushing. You hate to see that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think he'd be Kira cutscene by now if he got that, I think, or at least going to it. They're now neck and neck though. Now we can see how close they truly are. Okay, still a lot to go. We're coming to the end of Hub 1 for both runners. Mike is too fast, so he tripped.
Great! You have the 20 cells needed to power my heat shield. Now be careful. The shield
Yeah,
will
I
protect
think
you
it's the
until
same, honestly. I think they're very, very similar. Like in terms of time.
Oh yeah, I mean, we could directly tell the difference now just by how long this cutscene lasts. Probably about like a 10-second difference. I'm very bad at math and I don't like looking at timers, so yeah, I didn't check, but we can check at the end of this.
Yes, according to Josh, he's just bad and Root is not faster.
Don't forget to activate the
So, who
switch
knows?
lab. Then we'll be able to teleport over and meet you. Good luck.
A little bit of choking, a little bit of trolling. Commentators just buying the bait and completely hyping up something that's not real. You'd love to see it.
Hell yes. I mean, I'm excited. We got something a little bit different for the semi-final match right here. So, you know. Nice to spice things up for the big game, you know. Well, not the big game, the finals, so like still yet to come, but you know, still a very high intensity match.
Oh yeah, I mean, all the games today are going to be pretty big. They all matter. They all have some money on the line. First place takes home $250, second 125, third 75, and fourth 50. So every single match matters. There's at least a $25 difference being made for each match. Obviously, making it to the grand final is kind of a big deal, as you get a pretty significant bump in the prize winnings. But
indeed, you also get the you get that. So you get the bragging rights. I made it to finals.
Oh
the
yeah,
Jak and Daxter no LTS tourney.
Oh yeah, probably even more important.
Indeed.
Unless of course
Not
you
many
are,
people can say that.
Unless of course you are completely relying on a speedrun tournament winnings to pay your bills, which if that is the case, please consider your life decisions, please. We are not that big of a community. Streaming is one thing, but tournament winnings, I mean, I think there was a prize pool for the last Jak tournament. I'm not even sure, honestly. I think it's like a couple $100. I think I remember G3 saying that future Jak speedruns tournaments are going to be, like, the proceeds are going to be used to try to send Jak runners to events like ESA and GDQ. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe that went by the wayside, but I feel like that's
I think that is true. I have read that on the official Jak speedruns Twitch channel. Yes, that is correct. Okay. So any donations to that will be used to send runners to GSA. They could not GSA. Sorry. GSA.
I mean, maybe. I mean, we do have live events pretty frequently, or well, not really anymore because we got COVID going on. But I don't know. I might hear about some announcements coming up. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
I'll be sure to sign my name up for that one.
Yeah,
I avoided this one because I didn't run Jak 1 at the time, but now I do, and I'm very sad I didn't get my chance to get knocked out by everyone else, but you know. Either way, yes, those proceeds will be used to send Jack runners to the big events like ESA and GDQ. That's the one, GDQ, not GSA. Well, hell, even GSA. You know, who knows?
But not here today. Today we are raising money for the Urban Arts Partnership, so do keep in mind, if you do donate here, it will go to UAP. But we do have some pod racing on stream we've been kind of neglecting, as both players into the plants. Trying to get that one cycle will be very important here, usually not as important, but oh, Mike getting caught up on the rocks. That's going to kill the one cycle, and Mike probably not too happy about that. Gonna have to get a second round of green eco, and Josh will be cleaning things. No, has to go back up. Has to miss one plant,
very barely, very barely.
Very, very cool.
That was very close, actually.
Yeah, lucky for Mike that Josh missed one of those plants on the swing back, because bonking into that rock is like, I mean, you're just done. You can't get one cycle, as far as I know.
I made a bet today, actually. If I got the one cycle, or if I didn't get the one cycle, I have to donate a sub to someone. And I didn't get the one cycle today, so I have to donate a sub after this. It's very sad.
Sad.
I mean, it's good cause, you know. Good cause. I like supporting other streamers.
Beware of the dark light, for it has twisted the fate of one of you. Bring me one.
Yeah, I do want to mention as well. I mean, obviously we've hit our goal today. Usually the goal would increase, but our sponsor rep created the donation goal off of the normal stream team on Tiltify, so I can actually raise it. And since we pushed the finals back a week, the rep is not here, so that bar might be filled, but you can still donate. Just want to put that out there, as we do have a little bit of downtime in the gameplay as we talk to the Eye Man for a little bit more.
Indeed. He's cool.
Gotta steal his eyes. It's the only way.
Mike is maneuvering his camera away from the hut at the moment, just to avoid a cutscene trigger, because we don't, as speedrunners, we don't like to watch cutscenes. They take too long. So if we can skip them, we will. And both Mike and Josh did skip that cutscene at the start from the Blue Sage's hut. But if the camera gets caught in that load zone, the cutscene will play. So that's never a good sign.
I mean, even me, I'm a big fan of cutscenes. I say it all the time, but I am also a fan of cutscene skips. Automatic cutscene skips where you like hit start and just hit skip cutscene. Not a big fan of that, but you know, strategically dying after triggering a cutscene or something like that. Those kind of cutscene skips, I'm down with. It's always interesting to see, and obviously some pretty massive time saves.
Yes, it's very, very nice. If they can, they can. There's another one coming up a little later on in the run as well. Mike grabbing the scout fly. Interesting.
Yeah, this is Hundo, right? We gotta get all those.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I guess he'll go back for the other two, you know? Just gonna go ahead a little bit.
53 minutes of cutscenes. That is a bit, that's a bit much. I'm guessing not. No, Aslov, that's not true. Both racers have been frantically practicing for this very high stakes and important race. Neither would squander the opportunity to be crowned the victor here. I don't believe it.
I was shouted at before because I wasn't playing Jak 2 when I'm organizing a Jak 2 tourney. No, like, why aren't you practicing for Jak 2? I wanted to play Jak 1, leave me alone. So yeah, that'd be fun, I think. Independent, you know. Out of my own hands. Both runners are going for piggyback clip.
Yep, and both nailing it. We do have a perfect sync here.
Perfect sync.
Yeah, I mean, that's as close as you get to a frame perfect sync. I'm pretty sure that is quite literally a frame perfect sync. Josh just a little bit faster on the boosted setup. We'll be nabbing a short lead here for the first time in a while. Pretty epic.
That was beautiful.
Gotta show off my overpowered GSA emoji, the GSA sync.
Now they're back perfectly in sync, pretty much.
Yeah, and I do want to say, we have got a donation that is coming through here from Roser, saying, I heard we could still donate, hashtag Jack Month, and it is indeed Jack Month, so perfect time to be having the finals here. I literally didn't even know that Jack Month existed, and we just somehow planned this tournament the right month. Might sort of be G3's doing, as it was requested or suggested that we run it around this time, but I don't think it was even planned on his end.
Maybe he's just big brain.
Just
he planned the whole thing.
Happy little accident. Mike going for the skip here, doing a little bit of pausing beforehand to make sure we get that buffer. Will be very good. Skipping that cutscene.
Josh just pulling out ahead right now.
Yep, that tiny lead just holding true. So we are ready to tackle the rest of Hub 2. Interested to see what kind of boggy routes we get going here. There are obviously some variations that are now available to runners, and people have been learning some new routes. Going for a lot in races, actually, so we'll see if both go for the updated or most updated route.
I do believe that route is faster.
Oh yeah, I think it's significantly faster. I think it's like, I don't want to randomly guess the time. I'll just make myself look like a fool, but I'm sure chat will let us know. I think we have some pretty good Jack runners in here.
I'm totally one of them. Okay, 10 seconds faster according to Smuggloof. So
very cool.
Still a time saver over the old one. Like you know, you take those, you know. Take those little time saves. Well, I guess we'll see which one they go for. Both runners are very practiced in the new one, I believe.
Yeah, we see Josh going on a bounce here. Mike, have we already diverged from routes? No, okay, so Mike right behind. Looks like we're going to be going for a similar strat here.
Josh is going for the old one, I believe. Yes, Josh is going for old buggy.
Yeah, so no flut.
Mike is going for new buggy.
Okay. So another route variation here. This one,
very nice.
For sure, potentially saving time here for Mike, not just a aesthetic route change.
It depends how well he plays the route. I've never seen Mike play this route, I'll be honest. So, who knows? He's a very, very good runner, so I have no doubt in his abilities, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Mike has been around for a while, definitely has the skills needed. We have seen some pretty strong runners, though. I know, just coming to mind immediately, I know we've seen Stellar struggle a little bit with the out-of-bounds clips on Flood, and Flood already taking a bit of a fall here. And if this only saves 10 seconds, you know, we've already kind of lost that time save here, so Mike gonna have to be playing to the best of his ability, and oof, this hurts to watch.
Okay, yeah. It's not easy. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. It is not easy to do.
Okay, we are finally over here. That didn't happen. It didn't happen, gamers. Nobody saw anything. Nobody saw a thing.
Nope. Everyone conveniently closed their eyes, though.
Okay, but getting the out-of-bounds clip with Flut first try. So, we had some flubs there earlier on with this Flut route, but we are doing okay now as Jack, or excuse me, Josh, taking an intentional death there.
Yes, Josh is coming to the very, very end of buggy. This is the last tether he needs to break. Mike still slightly behind, but not actually that far behind.
Yeah, certainly widening the gap, though, from LPC exit to here, which is a little bit of a sad time, as Mike, of course, going for that faster route, but still, kudos to Mike for at least attempting it. You'll love to see the new routes being added into runs, especially in races.
Yep. Josh ends Boggy Swamp with this power cell that he hasn't got because I think he grabbed it before. I usually end it when I get that. Okay, no, never mind. He didn't actually pick it up. There you go. Now they're pretty much same pace again. Two very experienced runners. Very good competition. I think Josh is still slightly ahead though, at the moment.
Rose are making me a bit nervous in the chat, stating that Mike is actually 5 years old. I don't think that you are eligible to earn prize money as a 5-year-old in most countries, but I mean, we'll see. I'll get the legal team to look into it. Maybe get some birth certificates on the line.
Josh failed the jump first time. He had to go back and do it again. Mike
I didn't even notice.
Mike now pulls ahead ever so slightly.
Yeah,
Mike's going for the deload.
Yeah,
now, could Josh be a chat and go for lava walk? No. Okay.
Nope. Yeah, good to see. I mean, obviously it'd be interesting to see runners go for and get lava walk, but it's nice to see both runners, you know, showing respect for each other, not being like, oh, I'm gonna get lava walk and I'm gonna be, you know, a bunch ahead, or you know, because if you go for that and you fail it against a player like Mike, against a player like Josh, that's a dangerous thing.
Both going very safe here, which is very nice. Nice to see. It's a big one. You know, you're gotta make sure you're doing everything you can to secure it. You know, lava walk is very dangerous. It doesn't always work. It's very luck dependent. So
yeah, so I guess both runners just decided to take a break here. You know, gentleman's agreement, a little bit of tea time, maybe some snacks. Oh, what? Mike fell through the floor. What the heck? What's going on? This is confusing.
Oh, Josh did too.
It seems the game has gotten confused and put Mike and Josh in Mountain Pass. What's going on? That's crazy.
I don't know what's going on there. That's very interesting.
That's shocking. For anybody in the chat unaware, of course, this is a strategy, and I am just playing along into a meme that I actually despise. But I mean, at this point, I can't avoid it. Where you can deload the level here in Boggy and get teleported to Mountain Pass, skips over the claw fight, is pretty cool. Yeah. But I think one thing interesting coming up is going to be, I mean, we saw both runners opting to go for the deload strat, not going for lava walk. Will both runners end up going for a more, you know, default strategy here, or will we see? I know Josh is pretty keen on the tree hops.
Mike opts not to. Josh opts not to. Ooh. Are they both going, the other one? I've completely forgotten his name. No, Mike is not going for stalagmite hops. There you go. That's the name. They may both be going backwards cell. I think they're playing it very safe. Yeah. They're both playing it very safe.
Yeah, and I mean, I respect it. I totally understand.
I do. I do.
And it's good to see. It's good to see.
Big one. Yeah.
It's almost like a little bit of camaraderie. They're like, all right, it's the semifinals. If I lose this, I'm out. Like, I'm not gonna try to flex and go for the pro strats here. We're just gonna play it nice and safe.
Yeah. Loser of this match plays Flu. Am I correct in bronze match?
Yeah, bronze match will be coming up right after this. Got all the matches in a row today here. Nice little comfy Jack time for everybody.
Very nice.
And worth mentioning too, we did see Jack Speedruns in the chat earlier popping in here. If you do like the Jak and Daxter content, whether it be this game or any other in the Jak series, make sure you go follow Jak Speedruns on Twitch, Community Jak speed racing channel. Hosts a variety of tournaments. We were talking about them earlier, and yeah, it's where you can find more Jak racing. But
Mike gets backwards cell first time. Very fancy.
Yeah, and Josh so too, Josh. With the blue eco. Does Josh typically do that with blue eco? I know some runners prefer it.
I don't know. I don't know the difference. I think because blue eco makes you go faster. I don't know if it affects height or anything like that, but you know. This is the other cutscene skip that we were talking about. Both runners are perfectly in sync again. So that's nice.
Yeah, of course that's not UG3, that's Jak Speedruns. Come on, we all know that.
Mike falling slightly behind, but both runners get the cutscene skip that I so ever famously struggle to get every single time.
Oh yeah, that's a tough cutscene skip. I mean, you try to get into that lava before the cutscene opens. It's a hard task. If you make any sort of errors there, you're gonna not be able to do it. After you kind of figure out the sort of exact angles you got to be holding and the timing on the buttons, it gets a lot easier. But yeah, there's not very much leniency there.
Indeed. Both runners entering Spider Cave now as well. And that is unfortunate, Josh. Okay, he got a second time. He tried to roll jump onto the web, but just about missed it before. It's still anybody. I still say it's still anybody's race. Anything can happen in Spider Cave and Snowy, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it'd be pretty uncharacteristic to miss something big, like, you know, gondola skip or something like that, but just minor errors in movement. We've seen players make some pretty serious bonks so far. Mike going for the triangle camera boosted there, very epic. Very cool.
Very cool.
Outreg as well. Yep.
Yeah, you could get gondola skip or forget a cell entirely. I've done that before. You know, it's very fun.
I've never messed up a speedrun route in my life. That's crazy that you messed up a speedrun route. Yikes.
Yeah, damn. Imagine messing up a speedrun route.
Pretty sure we're all professionals here.
Yeah, 8 years experience here, totally.
That's the prerequisite to join this tournament, right? It's like a job application. You need 10 years experience, master's degree in jack movement, pay, you know, minimum wage, but I mean, you gotta set your standards.
Yeah, very true. We know the best of the best here, you know. There's not really much to talk about in terms of strats for Spider Cave, other than, you know, that both runners grabbed this eco, they've destroyed, they've broken the crystal things, which is very fancy. Those can give you a power cell. Mike does there's another one in that water that Mike doesn't feel like swimming today, so he just shot it, you know?
Yeah, that is one thing that we can definitely bring up, is that shot, that like high jump shot underwater isn't super, it's not super new, but it's not super old either. It's kind of it's been around for a little bit. Does speed things up quite a bit. We used to swim down similarly to here. We see both players swimming down to touch the eco crystal, but obviously shooting a fireball down there quite a bit faster.
Yep. The runners will know if they've hit it when they hear the sound. So when they hear the sound, they can just move straight to the next room. Saves a little bit of a submerging and a little bit of a re-emerging from the water.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting how those dark power crystals have a car alarm installed on them, or like some sort of weird like nuclear reactor alarm system that like count down beeps till they explode. Definitely an interesting,
very strange.
An interesting natural phenomenon that happens in this game.
Totally normal. Okay, both runners are coming up to the end of Spider Cave here. Grabbing the last few Scalflies right here. Poor Spider. Spider got murdered with the fireball there. Nice. Mike grabs the cell. Okay. Very clean Spider Cave from both runners, which is to be expected because they are both very, very, very good runners.
Yeah, Mike hanging on to that short lead that he has. You might be surprised. I mean, coming in, you look at the PBs, you might not be so familiar with the Jack community and think, how is Mike, who has a minute and 20-second worst PB, holding his own against the Outrag? Well, Mike is a power gamer and should not be underestimated.
Indeed.
That is my answer for you.
Yeah, it's anything can happen in a race, you know. Something, you could get nervous, something could go terribly, terribly wrong, you know.
No way. I've never gotten nervous in a race personally. I've never been shaking so hard that I can't hold my controller and not be able to play for the first 10 minutes of a race. Never happened. I definitely don't profusely sweat through my hands while racing either. It doesn't happen. It's not real. Very, very calm and relaxing, honestly.
I guess you're just built different. Yes, Mike now entering Snowy. This is the final hub before the lava tube. Mike is not opting to go to the left like I've seen a lot of runners do. They can go up like Josh is now. They go up this little path instead to hit the bad guy with the other one of these guys that Mike is killing right now.
Yeah, you know, Mike just likes to be a little bit different. Doesn't like to fit the status quo. And I respect it. I mean, not going for the same stuff everybody else is. Sometimes, you know, for a reason. Sometimes just because. Why not?
Why not? Yeah. I like seeing it different though. I do like seeing it. It's different. It's new. It's well, not new. People have probably very obviously seen this before. But like for others who have never seen the route, it's a new route. It gives it more spice, you know. That's the way I feel about that kind of thing, anyway. Now, does he get the rocket? He has a 2-frame window to do this. If he gets this, Mikell will be very proud of you.
Sad.
Oh, unlucky. Very unlucky. I'm still proud of him. He went for it.
Is this game 60 FPS?
I
would
think
assume so.
So.
I don't actually know. I'm used to playing like N64 games where it's like we're lucky if we get 20, but oh, I see 59.94 deleted by G3 catcher. G3 has too much power.
Oh dear God.
What have we done?
It sure is what we know, I guess, you know. And I know the more updated versions like definitely have 60 FPS because they're on newer consoles. You know, I'm not entirely too sure, but if they say it's 60 on PS2, it's 60 on PS2. You know. Josh,
be careful, chat. I don't know if you want to be sending that many chat messages. I mean, we do have G3 in the chat room. Your time may be limited here, folks.
G3's drunk on power.
Oh! Wait, did Mike get that?
I don't think he did.
I guess we're going back? Question mark? Kind of weird. But a
Maybe he did.
decision
Who
we can
knows?
make.
He gets the cell cutscene skip as well. I learned that is based on the angle that you dive down and the angle that the camera is, I believe. So you can the cell kind of deloads.
I like the suggestion from the chat that what if we make it a rule where G3 has to pause buffer in order to time out someone in the chat? That it could make it a little bit more difficult for G3. I don't know.
Possibly.
G3 brought this on yourself, buddy. Oh man, I feel kind of bad for laughing, but that was a good one. Usually the G3 pause buffer beams are pretty low level, but that one was pretty good.
Yeah, okay, now he goes back up for them. Yes, both runners need at least, I believe it's 230-ish, because you can get a few in, Volcanic Crater, but they need a fair few orbs to talk to the Oracle and grab the power cells. Both runners still very neck and neck, I'd argue.
Oh,
May
yeah.
look like Mike is ahead at the moment, but he's taken a very different route.
Yeah, and I don't know. I would almost feel like Josh could have maybe made up the difference here in Snowy. Mike did make a couple mistakes, and I don't know. Josh, I think, is definitely ahead here.
Yeah, I think Mike's still just ever so slightly ahead, yeah.
Yeah, Mike is a little bit ahead.
If he gets gondola skip, then that's pretty good. Hey, it's pretty good.
Hey,
Land in the
that's
cave.
pretty good.
Nice.
That's always
Both
the beauty of.
runners land in
Go
the
ahead,
cave.
sorry.
Yes, both runners land in the cave. That is a very strange skip, but it's
Seek the pure light.
saves riding the gondola down, I suppose, you know.
The answers
Yeah.
reside.
But that's always the beauty of running the restream and being on commentary at the same time, is that
Because orbs
you gotta look away from the screen a couple of times, and then sometimes you keep talking, and you just should keep your mouth shut. 'Cause, very clearly, Mike was ahead there. But yeah,
that's good. That's good. Yeah.
as we were talking about before, you know, the Eye Man, very important, very good character. Has a very beautiful voice.
Can you do an impression of that voice?
No, not even gonna try. Wasn't there some like video somewhere where somebody like sped up the voice or like pitched it up to make it sound normal?
I have no idea.
Maybe I'm just hallucinating that.
Both runners still very neck and neck actually. Oh. Now they're basically neck and neck. Both on the same cell. It's I love close competition. It's so fun. It's gonna come down to some prestige lava tube movement right here.
I should be able to supply the heat shield.
Yeah.
Enough power to stand
And
up.
it'll be interesting. I mean, I don't expect to see any like crazy attempts at like Citadel hops or something like that, but
No more. So keep an eye on
Josh
never
is a little
know.
bit behind. I think they'll both go, or I mean, if it's anything to go off of from the last strats, we'll just keep doing this, you know, very safe strategies, trying to keep it close. But I mean, Josh is a tiny bit behind. Might feel some pressure.
cooling balloons into the tube. So you
It is up to Mike to make some mistakes here.
And don't forget to activate the teleport gate in the Yellow Sage's lab. We're counting on you.
Yeah, even if they don't get Citadel hops, I believe grabbing the eco does save a tiny little bit of time as well, so they can still make up some time if they do go for Citadel hops, but they might just opt to do the incredibly safe, just go all the way through the lava tube, you know? But it's a moment of truth right here, we'll find out.
I just want to see somebody swag out and just get it. That would be crazy.
In one of the big matches.
No. No. Why? Come on, just throw for us, please. Throw for content. Come on. We need some clips on GSA. Come on.
Yeah. I think they have a gentleman's agreement at the moment.
Oh. And Josh, having some trouble with the oranges there. That's unfortunate.
I've been there, Josh, don't worry. It's still very close, so it takes one mistake from Mike to propel Josh further into the lead, you know? Also vice versa, you know, one mistake from Josh could secure Mike's victory here, but we never know. We never know. We don't know until it's over.
Yeah, certainly. Chat is saying that we could have something where we would have to retime it. It is possible, but, you know, we do have the elite gamers on standby, potentially to do some retiming. I can do it myself, but, I also don't know what frames to start and finish on, so probably not the best officiator in that aspect, but, you know.
It's okay, we have G3, we'll be fine.
It's not like there's any money on the line.
Nah, it's okay. What happens if they both finish at the exact same time? They both hit the eco at the exact same time. Is that a draw?
If they literally frame tie, and this has happened before on GSA, they will play a rematch.
Oh, that is very.
Because I mean, there's no other way. Like if they literally frame tie, but I don't see that happening. That's like an incredible freaking incident.
It's
We'll see.
still could happen. Okay, Mike is on his way to the big one, the big final boss of the video game. Golemaya, big robot. There it is, big fancy decked out robot. Both runners will, I believe, take a death just to get down to that platform a little quicker.
I would be absolutely shocked if Josh were to skip that. That would be beyond playing it safe. That would be like throwing the match potentially.
Yeah. One frames could come in handy. If Josh gets all three one frames, there's one. Okay, one frames can save a little bit of time, so if Josh happens to be an omega amazing Chad of a person and gets all three one frames, I think it will be a very, very close match.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. I mean, it all comes down to the final eco grab. I mean, even eco grabs could come into play here. Like,
Yeah.
the spawning of the final white eco at the end does vary. It doesn't always spawn in the same spot, so you gotta kind of be on your toes at the end.
Josh is 2 out of 3 right now.
Yeah. On the same cycle, just a little bit behind on the side of Josh.
So close. Mike gets the 1 frame? No. If Josh gets this 1 frame, it could potentially. Okay, 2 out of 3 1 frames for the final boss is it's pretty swag.
I think it's still, even with that, I think it's still within reason of eco grabs here. I could be wrong, but
It's possible. I believe it depends where it drops. I think it's RNG whereby it drops. Oh, so close. My heart's racing right now.
yeah, bring up the timers both at the same time here because there's literally no way for me to tell who's gonna finish first. We're just on like a couple of bob cycles here on the final boss away. Actually insane.
God.
I mean, we knew the semifinals were going to be close, but I don't know if anybody expected it to be this close.
Okay, fine. We'll save the world, but do it quickly before I change my mind.
All depends on this eco.
Yeah,
If
where
Josh gets really good eco, then
where
he could
will the
potentially
eco
win it.
spawn?
Oh, this is tense.
Obviously, the first spawn had to be for
Mike?
Okay.
Oh. Josh got good eco. Josh got such good eco as well. It's spawned right next to him. Oh.
That is
Cheat
insane.
sheet to Mike. Mike takes the victory by a second. 1 second. That was insane. Holy.
Yeah, I mean, whew. I don't think there's any overturning this result, but I mean, it might even be worth just retiming it to make sure. I don't see it. I mean, even on their timers, it's... I don't know. Actually, I think it's worth a retime because of the new timing rules and the way we do countdowns. I think if we don't retime it, it's a travesty, honestly.
But Daxter,
I think just to double check, a retime would be a good idea.
Oh, it's not worth a retime? Oh, okay. G3 spamming the chat. Come on, okay.
An incredible talent for channeling eco.
Should we do it anyway?
All right, Six Rock wants me to retime it. You know, I think that would be the best decision here.
Yeah, I think so. You know, Six Rock. You know, it's so close. Like the timing says, Mike, but you know.
AC Money says retime and I count for 10.
Bring him on! We can take him again, right, Jack?
Six has broken.
Wow! Put it on ice, big guy.
Okay.
All right, well we're gonna take a minute to try to figure things out here, try to make some executive decisions. I like, this is again the problem where I can't tell if the Jack community is ever being serious because G3 said, all right, fine. I don't know if that means the G3 is going to retime the match or if or if that's just
Rematch, no retime. Okay. Just do an entire new rematch, you know? Just to be sure, extra sure. Guys, what is it with you and spamming every name in the credits? This is every time now.
It's a tradition at this point.
I guess so. Mike is having none of this.
No, Mike. Okay, at least Outrag is pulling through. Josh has got it. We got the whole list here. So just ignore the left side of the screen. That side of the screen is unimportant.
Holy yakko! What could that be?
wow! It's
Okay, so what's the plan here?
I don't know. I figured you'd let me know.
I don't know.
What? I thought you were in charge. Uh-oh. Okay, we gotta find
Well,
who's in charge here. Until then, match results, question mark. We'll figure it out. Let's bring in the racers here and see what they think. We got Mike in the booth. We got Josh in the booth. How are you folks doing? That was a close race.
Yo,
Yeah, it was kind of close.
yeah,
Kind of close.
close.
Yes, kind of close.
Only kinda. No, it was a fun time. That was felt very weird playing this game again.
Yeah.
To say the least. I practiced for like maybe 10-15 minutes beforehand.
Wow, that's a
After-
lot.
Yeah, it's totally so much.
That's a big commitment. I mean, with $500 on the line, I mean, I'm sure that played into the decision to just dedicate your whole life to this for the past week and definitely not play Jak 3.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it was very interesting. You know, both of you, I know at least for sure, Josh, I mean, I think pretty much every other race you were going for lava walk, you were going for tree hops, and in this race, opting to just take a lot of safe strategies, going for the deload, just going for backwards sell. Was that just like a, all right, I respect my opponent thing, or did you guys like plan this beforehand?
We agreed on not going for lava walk beforehand. For tree hops, Mike asked me if I was gonna go for it, but I did not believe in my left stick enough because it's been faulty lately, to say the least.
Ah,
So yeah, I didn't believe in it, so I didn't go for it at all.
all right. So we did get confirmation. I'm not sure if G3 actually retimed or just telling us that he retimed it, but regardless, you know, Mike gonna be taking the victory here, moving on to the grand finals, and Josh, you're gonna have to play
Hell
Flu
yeah.
coming up next. How do you feel about that match?
Blue, I'm coming for you, dog. Maybe.
Maybe. I like the confidence.
I'm not really sure yet, honestly.
I like the confidence.
6 got the official retimes there.
Yo, that was
Ah,
so close.
I see. Okay.
9
where?
minutes and 33 seconds, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See,
Are you gonna
okay,
be-
I've been talking about this the entire match, but like the amount of trolling in the Jak community makes things a little bit difficult sometimes. But I respect it. I understand it. I
We
respect the
apologize.
103.44 too in a race. That's a pretty good time.
Indeed, yeah. From Josh as well. Very interesting.
Very impressive.
Very impressive.
All
Can't
right.
compare with Copium.
Yeah, Mike, you're going up against Aslav in the grand final after the bronze match coming up next. How do you feel about that? I mean, obviously the world record holder, pretty hard to fight, but what are your thoughts?
You know, haven't been running this game in a while. I think I got this
Perfect.
pretty easy. Running against record holder, it's not, yeah. Should be
As
free.
love who?
I mean, if you break out the Sentinel Beach first strats, I don't think there's any way that Aslav could potentially win, so
Yeah,
that's
I'll
just
I'll
my
throw
advice.
a lot.
That Sentinel first that caught me off guard, I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting, you know, nice
I think you
no
went,
LTS race.
I think you went for that in a previous race. Is that wrong?
I didn't do Sentinel first. I did a weird Forbidden Jungle route.
Oh, okay. That's what I got confused with. Okay, well, we will wrap up the interview segment here and move on, get set up for the bronze match between Flu and Josh. But I do want to shout out UAP once more. We have been raising money for him today, and you guys have been doing a great job supporting the charity that's supporting our communities. So please, if you have a couple dollars to spare, even if it's just a couple bucks, I mean, every little chip in counts. Check out UAP, exclamation point UAP in the chat, exclamation point donate. They're sending kids in underprivileged communities to college for game design and the arts. So do check them out. We're going to have a little word from them, and then we'll be right back with the bronze match in about, I don't know, I think it's scheduled in like 20 minutes, but we'll see what happens. We'll figure it out. We'll be right back right after this.